Ladies and gentlemen, all rise for the honorable... What am I doing? So, we hit 300 subscribers. Okay, to be honest with you guys, I'm a little tired right now. But, not only being tired, but I'm blown away how crazy it is that I have reached 300 subscribers after all these years of doing YouTube and doing it poorly for the most part. But yeah, and I've hit 300 for a while, but I have been holding off. When I first hit 300, see what happened last time, when I hit 100 subscribers, I did this whole thing where I'm like, hey guys, here's every intro I've ever done that's public before now. And then right after posting that video, I lost like 3 subs. So it's like, hey guys, that video meant nothing. Thanks for spitting on my tomb. So I was going to wait a little bit, and then waiting turned into waiting, and that waiting became waiting times 3. And now here we are, like 51 subscribers in. Thanks SpongeDog. We're now 51 subscribers in, and I still haven't done a milestone. So I thought, what the heck, we're gonna do a friggin' milestone. And here we are, 351 technically milestone. And I'm not gonna get super sappy. This stream is meant to be kind of relaxing, chill, hang out. And I'm gonna read some, really stupid, horrible, like old school Renegadist, like before Renegadist even really had internet, stories. And I mean, I have this composition notebook right next to me, to my desk, and it has a full story written. Like, how long would that be? Like, friggin' 11 or 12 years ago. I'm unsubbing. Joke's on you. You can unsub, but I'll still be at 350. You know, I'm actually really disappointed nobody did the, now that I'm going to say everybody's going to do it, but I'm disappointed nobody did the dislike. That would have been really funny to, like, end the music, get on the mic, and be like, who dropped the dislike on my video? Now everybody's going to do it. I'm going to have, like, 20 dislikes. But, so yeah, if everybody is down for me to read that, I am going to read that 12-year-old, I'm going to open up this 12-year-old composition notebook written in pencil, or I think pen, and we're going to read the short story. I don't remember which one this is. I think I wrote like 3 in composition notebooks. I'm just going to pull it out. Don't take that out of context. This isn't that kind of milestone video. That's for another time. But, let's see, what's this? I have so many, like, old things. I was going through my old school stuff, and, oh boy, property of me. It's a blank notebook with roleplay stuff in it, like Gary's Mod Dark RP stuff. Oh god, I'm gonna save that too. Like, this is like opening up like a treasure, like a what is it? You put in the ground. You put in the ground. Oh no, dream journal. Oh god. Okay, this stuff isn't inappropriate, but has some people's names in it. Like, if I read anything tonight, anybody's real life names, because there's a ton of them in these old stories, are going to be subbed out. I'm going to use the same first letter, but I'm going to change the name. So if someone's name is like, now you wait to do the dislike, you can't do this to me. I made it this far, and you can't make me go back. So if I have someone's name like Jacob, I'm going to change their name from Jacob to Jackson or something. So it'll have the same first letter, but it'll be obviously kind of disguised. Haven't hit the notebook yet. Tell me it's in here. Oh, what's this? Oh boy, my employee contract. Glad I found that in there. Now I'm getting a little nervous. I'm digging through my drawer. I swear to God I put it in here. Yes. Oh, wait. That's something. Is it a notebook or a Okay, it's a notebook. Summer camp. What the hell is this? Oh no, my Minecraft summer camp series that I planned out for like 2 pages. Oh no. Oh, I am hitting some seriously hard stuff in here. Don't take that out of context. It's not that kind of milestone video. What's this? Oh, that's just a... that's just like a... That was my senior year notebook from one of my classes. Geometry. That's old. Please don't tell me all I have are like school books. Marine biology. You can't do this to me. This is a blank one. Chemistry. Of course it is chemistry. Because I didn't care enough to put a title on it. Oh my gosh. Planner. Oh, I'm getting... Oh, this notebook... Graph notebook. What's in here? Gee, an empty graphing notebook. That's nice. Boy, guys, this is just a... Ooh. Whatever this is feels super old and rickety. This has to be the composition notebook. Oh, it's just a folder. I swear to God I put it in here. What's this? Subject ruled. Why do I have all these stupid crappy notebooks in here? Oh. No. This has to be it. Oh, I can feel one of the pages coming out. This is 12 years old here. Watch me, like, ruin it right now. Just, like, take it out of the desk and... I never talked about porn. What are you talking about? Sharp OB, you can't do this to me, man. I made it this far. Started from the bottom, now I'm here. What's this? English journal? What the hell is this? Interactive student notebook? What? Oh, that was for... Okay, are you... Well, I hit the bottom of the drawer, the notebook's not there. Hell, it's gone. The video's over. I swear I was like, oh man, this is the notebook. This is it. And I put it in the desk. Apparently not. Apparently I'm a fraud and fake. Oh, my hand's stuck. Renegadus goes to the hospital because his hand's stuck in a desk. Fire department has to bail him out. Okay, there is so much stupid shit in this desk, I swear to God. What is this? Pencils I never used from, like, friggin' first grade? What am I doing? I'm a hoarder. Sorry, guys. Hate to break it to you, but your man is a hoarder. Hold on. Oh, I got it. Oh, that's a lot of papers for, like, some old shit. Oh, my God, the doll. Oh, my God, when I... Oh, I like picked up the stack of... Oh, my hands are like... my hands are gray right now. They're like covered in dust. I picked up the stack of papers and I dropped them in the drawer. And then dust went... Oh, my God. Okay, you can't tell me that this is not in here. Oh. Let's shut that one. Okay, let me relook through these. I mean, I still have some old stuff, like, on my, like, I transferred over from, like, 10 million computers. So we still have some virtual stuff we can read, but I was hoping I could read this to you guys. And I guess not. I don't care about this. I mean, at the time I kind of cared, but... Employee contracts, I don't want that. I don't care about that shit. I had, like, fail comics that I wrote in, like 6th grade. And, like, fail comics were, like, these things where I make a pun on the paper. And then I draw out, like, something. And I actually got some laughs out of people. It was pretty funny. Are you kidding me right now? Donkey. Chapter 10. No, that's just... No. Alright, well... Good job planning this. I didn't plan this at all, actually. Joke's on you guys. I'm going to tear out my entire desk to find this, I swear to God. Maybe it's in my drawer full of other papers. Oh, that's my Zvedka from my Stalker stream. That stuff's still... Oh, no, I'm not drinking. I'm not prepared to drink tonight, guys. This actually sucks. I can't friggin' find it. You didn't know I had a channel till today. You're getting banned right now, I swear to God. I will get up from this chair, and I will sit back down, and I'll ban you. What's this? Ooh, that is my good cologne I just found. Nice. Wow, guys, I am like shocked right now. I can't find the notebook anywhere. Where else would it be? I'm actually gonna rip out my entire desk. Like, I have this deep drawer full of like just papers and important documents, and I'm gonna tear that whole thing out and just like dig through it. Where did I put that shit? Where did I put that? Where did I put that? Where the hell did I put that? Oh, I'm losing people. I'm losing you. Alright, well, for now we're gonna hold off. This is, you know, because it's a milestone doesn't mean we have to, like, do everything tonight. You know, maybe I'll do a sequel stream when I find that notebook. But, so, the goal for tonight is for you guys to hang out with me. We're gonna play some music. We're going to, oh, by the way, I guess I should do this a little late, but, hey guys, I got 300 subscribers! Wow, that was, man. I also have a YouTube channel. What kind of milestone video is this when you're plugging your own stuff? That's it, I'm pissed. Nah, so I guess we're going to start with reading some stuff. And this isn't going to be like something I totally like do on my own. If you guys have any suggestions for like some games you want me to play, I'm not going to play any games that could potentially be a series. Just some random stuff. I'm here just for you. Thanks. Okay, it's time to be real here. I never really figured out how to pronounce your name. I'm just gonna say M. Salinas. That's how I've always pronounced it. Damn, I remember what the notebook's called. It's called Into the Fire or something. And I wrote this in like friggin', what was it, like 5th grade. Okay, in 5th grade. As a young child, I was very into like all kinds of really stupid shit. Like I had this thing for dragons back in the day. I was like, I think I got that from playing the first Spyro game, and after that I was like, dragons are the best things in the universe. And I grew up, I'm like, well, time to tone down that expectation. And it was and vampires. I thought vampires were hot in like 5th grade. So the whole thing revolves around this girl who's a vampire in the story. And it is the cringiest stuff. I wish I knew where it was. I know I put it in my desk because I was like, I gotta read this on stream. The milk fic. Oh no. Let me check one more time, and then we're gonna start reading some stuff that's not physical copies of stuff. I just want to make for damn sure that it's not in here. Listen, Project Genesis, I know that came out sounding weird, but you don't need to take it there, okay? Follow your nose! And I promise I'm not high or drunk right now. I'm just like... Meh. Okay, Shoot. Okay, where'd I have it? You know what? I told you guys I was ripping out the... Why do I freaking even have my headphones plugged in? I don't need to hear myself talk. Alright, so I told you guys I was going to rip out this drawer, and I'm actually, by gummit, I'm going to do it. For you, the people. So you don't have to. I stole that from a channel I watch. Don't tell him I stole it. Don't tell him I stole his phrase, please. Alright, here we go. Oh man, and I'm like tired right now, so when I rip this out, I'm going to have to clean it all up and go to bed, because my cat's going to piss on it. Oh my gosh, just paper bags. Oh, this is cool. This is what oh no. Okay, good. As soon as I find it, I'm done. I'm not going to rip anything else out. Oh god, my childhood books. Alright, so as a child, my like grandparents and parents bought me these books. They're by Rosemary Wells. They're called Max, because my name's Max. If you guys didn't know by now, my name's Max. Ted Backman. So my grandparents, both sets actually, bought me books called I call it the Max series. It's about you can Google it. It's like, I'll show you later too. But it's like a little like white rabbit. Like Max's birthday, Max's new suit, Max's toys. And they bought me this, and I like drew crayon all over it, and I ruined it. But it's like, this is like when I was like friggin' little. My cat loves to piss on anything, I tell you. He's old. He's senile as hell. Imagine my reaction when what I want isn't even in this drawer, and I just made a big paper mess. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's that Easter Bunny rabbit I never ate that year. Wonder if it's still good. Peppermint bark from 2015. Woo! I like peppermint shit. Wow, it wasn't in here. Wow! Good thing I made that huge mess. Hey, I found a bottle opener though. I needed this. I needed that. Alright, let me do a little more thinking here. This is like 30 minutes in and nothing's good. This is the worst milestone ever, but it's okay. Oh, there goes the dust again. Okay. Nope. None of these papers are it. Nope. Where the hell did I put that? Seriously, this is killing me. Maybe I put it in a bin. Okay. I'm gonna play some music in the background. From all that. Alright, I'm gonna play some really quiet music in the background while I go to the other side of the room and start ripping open bins. I'm treating this seriously, guys. You know what that means, though? That means that I'm gonna be pulling out bins from my closet that are covered in spiders. This, for me, is like... This is like, doing this right now. Fuck your Boreal Aleph. Just kidding. Watch where he swings at me. Just kidding. Thanks. Ha ha, they said. That was bad. So, I'm doing this for you guys. I'm gonna be touching some shit spiders for you guys. So, I'm not even gonna turn the music on. You guys can suffer with me here. Okay, here we go. I don't even know if you can hear me, but I'm gonna go do this. Oh boy. Oh no. This was funny, and now it's not, because... Okay, this is all childhood books. Screw my childhood, I don't need that stuff. I think the bottom one's books too, or just papers. Oh boy! Oh boy! That's a big one! Crikey! That was the biggest sport I've ever seen! Alright, not in there. Over here. This is murdering me. The fact that I can't like find this is murdering me, because I knew I was like, I gotta read this on stream. I'm gonna put this in this drawer, drawer X, and then I was like, this is for when I stream my subscriber milestone. And now I can't find it. I can't find it. Alright, okay. Time me right now. 5 minutes. If I can't find this shit in 5 minutes, then we're just gonna start reading some of my stories from like my like old computers and laptops, which are also very vintage. We're talking like I wrote these on a Windows 95 laptop. So yeah, let me look through all these papers one last time, one last ditch attempt to get this, and then we will then we'll do some reading. Well, I'll start some like Yule log, and we'll get some music going, and we will have a good time. While I'm doing all this stupid shit, you guys are very welcome to give suggestions on what you want to do or see me do. I mean, you guys can, like, I was thinking we could watch some old videos of mine, and I can comment over them and be like, wow, this is some nasty stuff I played back then. I was terrible. I could do short stories. We could watch videos on YouTube that won't get me copyright striked. Well, I already touched a big spider, and that kind of made me lose my marbles. So, and more than that. So, yeah. There's your wish. You got your wish. I'm going through... Okay, hold on. I mean, I was really hoping to read this thing because, like I said, this was super young me, super long time ago, and it would be the best around. No one's gonna ever bring you down to read it on stream. I mean, it's like this is like early vintage me. Like, this is a piece of history I don't want to forget, and I'm already forgetting it because I lost it. Okay, Dream Journal, Dream Journal. We got to save that to read. That's going to be good. Once if I can even read any of that without. Okay. Oh wait. Why'd I write my email on my old school notebooks? Thesis, Crime and Punishment. Oh, like these are like half of these like unused. Oh, guys, we could watch some spider videos too. Oh man, wouldn't that be a great subscribe? Hey guys, I got my 300 subscribers! Yay!
We're gonna watch videos of spiders!
Yay! Game over! Wow, I really got fancy in my geometry notebook. I was like, box lettering and everything. And each one of these notebooks on the front has that high school S everybody used to draw in high school. Like the 3 lines on top and the bottom, you connect them and... Alright, listen here. Just because my name's Max doesn't mean you can use it without my permission. And to use my name with my permission, you gotta pay me $5 a day. You have to subscribe to use my name. $5 a day for 5 years. Woo-hoo. Oh god, my Dark RP thing I wrote for like 1 page. Animal Crossing notebook. Crossed out. Dark RP notebook. Oh boy, this is some vintage stuff here. What's this? Wow, there's like 10 high school S's right there. Are you kidding me? Okay, so none of this stuff is it. Like, I had fail like comics and everything. Where the hell did they go? Like, how did I manage to lose so much vintage history? It's not even vintage anymore if it's lost, you know? Okay. This drawer is empty, and I wish I was joking too. I really wish I was, so I could like actually show you guys and read to you what I wrote, because I don't even remember. It's so long ago. There's that test I got a B on. That made me very happy when I was like in kindergarten. Oh, I can taste the dust. Ugh. Is there a secret? Nope, no secret compartments behind the notebooks. Okay. Somehow I just lost them. That's a pisser. Oh, there's shit all over the floor. Alright, well, 2 minutes. 2 minutes, here we go. 2 minutes. Okay, think. Okay. I had the notebook in my desk, I know that. And I was like, wow, Into the Fire. This is a really cringy old thing I wrote in like 4th grade. Oh, here's my fail comics. I better save these somewhere important. And so I sat down, I put them in the drawer. Okay, after the drawer, I must have moved them. Why do I have so many high school like notebooks? I don't want that shit. I mean, I could kind of paraphrase what it is if I can't find it. Basically, okay, so basically, I'm going to paraphrase it. This is kind of like me reading to you guys, but it's more like paraphrasing to you guys, and it's more like paraphrasing at you guys, so. So basically, there's this kid. This is going off of like a very old memory of reading it, but because when I found it, I didn't really sit down and read it. So basically, there's this kid in while I'm cleaning up. There's this kid in a city, and I was also into wolves too. I mean, I was the cringiest kid as a kid. Like, you know, not that anything's wrong with liking those things, but like, you know, wolves, dragons. Like, I was like that kid. So he lives in the city, and he is taking a walk with his dog, I think. And he finds a cave on the walkway. I don't know why. He goes inside, and there's wolves. And he's like, wow, wolves. I wonder if they're going to hurt me. I was really cringy. That's all I remember. And and then he's like, he's like, or the guy in the book's like, oh, I wonder if they'll hurt me. I'm gonna go pet him or something and make him friendly or something. And he does that, and then the wolves run into another like deeper section of the cave. So the kid follows him. I don't think he had a dog. And then he sees a dragon. He's like, whoa! And then he sees a portal, and he's like, whoa! I better.
Oh. Genesis, please.
Come on! I was like in 4th grade. You're gonna kill me over that? Actually, honestly, the furries didn't even exist back then, so I don't even know how anybody could be one. But anyway, not saying I am though. But so and then the kid went to the portal, and it turned out he was in some medieval like Yorkshire town or whatever. And so then the kid is going around, and there's dragons, and they're fighting, and he's like, "Wow, that's cool." And he goes up and saves one that's wounded or something, and then it becomes friendly. And then I guess he gets bitten or something, he becomes one, but then he can transform back. It's really cringy shit. This is like stuff that you have to be like if this was... How do I sound 40? Are you kidding me? There's no way I sound 40. You guys are crazy. And so he becomes one, and then somehow he goes back. No, that's right. It's coming back to me. So then he becomes one, he flies around, kills people because he attacked them. And then he goes through the portal, and then it's like World War III with dragons, like Rain of Fire. And then he meets the vampire. Oh my god, it's so bad. I can't wait to read it if I find it. Oh, no. Okay, you guys don't understand. This is something that I've never... There was one girl in my English class in 4th grade who hated my guts. I think she was like... I think she had like some sort of bipolar disorder. Because one minute she is like super... Or maybe it wasn't bipolar. Maybe she just had these really bad mood swings. Like 1 second she's really like friendly. Next minute she hates me. And she was writing some cringy stuff too. I'm not gonna lie. We were like doing it together. And so I showed it to her, and she read it quietly to herself, and she's like, that's not bad. She's the only person in the world, in the universe, to have read this, besides me and her. So the fact that I'm paraphrasing this is crazy enough. The fact that I'm gonna read this as soon as I find it, that's just insane. You guys are gonna be some of the first people in the universe to hear me read this. So, I'll be ready for some cringe. I don't even use that word. I don't even use the word cringe at all, ever. Except when I mean it, and I mean it here. I'm just disappointed I can't find it. Like everywhere it could be, it isn't. Unless I put it in some bin and put it in my garage, that might be the case. I can't believe you guys are listening to me talk without any music or anything. You just like listen to me drone on about like some vampire shit. Alright, I tell you what. If I can't find it... Wait, what? I dropped the mic. Okay, now I must really sound drunk if I drop the mic. Wow, that must have been really loud. I apologize for that one, honestly. So here's what we're gonna do. Because I can't find this now, if I exhaust every attempt, then a podcast sounds pretty cool, actually. If I can't find it tonight, then I'll do like a, hey, this is part 2 milestone, and then I'll actually have it on hand and I'll read it. I might just change this to like podcasts. Alright, let me put everything away, and then we'll start reading some actual cringy stories. Not really cringy, just more like... See, okay, the stuff I wrote before that, or I'm sorry, after that was old and vintage, but it wasn't cringy. It was like funny kid stuff. But the notebook, that composite notebook is infamous. It's just cringy as hell. I'll let you guys be the judge of that once I find it, but... My EverDrive 64 box. I forgot I had that. I'm still, like, my mind's racing. Like, where could it be? Like, I'm still trying to figure that out. My childhood books. So yeah, I actually might just, I would see what my plan was. Podcast featuring cringe. You're going to make cringe compilation. What I originally had planned was to play a game after I streamed this for an hour. Like, hey guys, yay, woo! But I might just do the whole night, just the stream celebration thing. Like, that's pretty cool. 24/7, like 24/7. Holy crap! 24-hour celebration stream. Everybody's like dead asleep, or everybody's dead tired. Like 24th hour. Yay! He got the 24 subs 30, and everybody just falls asleep and dies. So many freaking call sheets. Why do I have all these? I don't care. I don't care what I worked that day. I don't care if I was doing this or that. Okay, I'm thinking. Where could it be? Where could it be? Uh oh, my mic. Okay, it's working. Just making sure. Alright, guys, almost done here. Bear with me. Okay, and I packed it worse than I did the first time, but that's okay. Nope, don't squish. Don't squish. Alright, we're done. Okay, let me do some thinking here. Use my noggin. Final thoughts here. Where could it be? Oh, is it in the front drawer? Oh my god, there's so many receipts. You can't do this to me, myself. Why did I do this? Okay, there's something. Discover the living ocean. When did I get this? What? Wait, on second thought, why would I even put... What's this? What CD is this? Discover the living ocean. Why do I have that? Gosh. I'm gonna find like $1,000,000. Steam card. Oh, it's used. Wow, I'm actually going nuts trying to find this. 10 million old hard drives are dead? Why, thank you. Okay. Yeah, there's no way I put it in there. Okay. Alright, you guys have waited like a friggin' hour for this to happen. Let's make it happen. My only... But why would I put it in a bin and put it in my garage? That's stupid. Why would I do that? Which begs the question, I don't think I did do that. Even my, like, ruler from school has, like, the high school S's all over it. Okay. I've exhausted every place, I think. I've checked all 3 of those drawers, 2 of those drawers. I didn't check the top drawer, but that doesn't have anything in it. That is my notebook. It's not under the bed. Why would I put it under the bed? It's not that cringy. Closet. No. Alright, I honestly don't know. Alright, anyways, we're gonna read some stories I did from when I was a wee lad on my Windows 95. We're gonna start with the oldest stuff first and then move our way up to where I started writing stuff in like 2014 and 15, which is a little better. But oh boy, this stuff is old. Going as far back as 2006, with the greatest catch ever. Oh no. Okay, let me close Winamp. Let me get greatest catch ever open. Hopefully it opens on the right monitor. Oh, this is part 2, which never got anywhere. What? Oh no, Strange Days at insert like name of my childhood elementary school here. Oh, this is the real stuff right here. Are you guys ready? Oh no. Oh god, this is at the point when I was making text different colors for some reason. Oh no. Alright, let me get this going here. Alright, so you guys will have something to look at and listen to while I do this. There we go. Okay, now I gotta put on headphones so I can actually hear how loud this is and you guys don't hear, like, feedback from the speakers here. And I want to make sure I can see what you guys are talking about here. Alright, let's get rid of that. Nope. Nope, stop. Okay. There we go. Alright. Here is story number 1. And I'm gonna... Oh no, I got rid of the chat on accident. Oh, how does that work? That looks really weird, but that works, I guess. Okay, nobody talk too fast or else it's gonna be kind of weird. Alright. Can you guys hear me okay compared to the fire? Can you guys, like, hear me good and clear and everything? Like, over the sound of the fire? I'm gonna turn it down a little bit here. Turn it up a little bit, I guess. Never mind. Okay, here we go. This is called Strange Days at my school name. Remember that all the names in here are going to be changed to be fake. Sounds good? Okay. So if the name is Jackson, I'm going to use the first letter but change it to Johnny. So any names you hear will not be the original names to preserve the names of the people in the videos. So here we go. Wait, what? Wait, this is rated R part 2? Where'd part 1 go? Hold on. Yeah, this is part 2. What happened to part 1? Hold on. Okay, I guess I don't have that. Strange Days at School. I found it. Part 1. Rated R. I even gave my friggin' stories ratings like a movie. Rated R. Stupid. Fuck. Oh. Okay. Alright, let me fix this real quick so I can have the chat at a good spot. There we go. Oh no, this is not high school stories. This would be really funny if it was. This is still middle school stories, but it's done on the Windows 95 laptop. Let me get all this junk that's on... Okay. So this is kind of weird I'm reading this at an angle, but that's okay. Alright, here we go. Okay, so this is... When I wrote these old stories, I used references from... I was like a kid at this point, so I was really susceptible to... like all kinds of like stuff, influences, and you know how children are, they like believe everything, see everything. So I want to know if you guys can guess the references or like where I drew the inspiration from. Fire and coffee background, you can just bug off. Alright, here we go, guys. Rated R. Strange Days at the school name here. One day... Okay, hold on, I gotta get in character. Don't expect anything funny out of me from reading these. I'm just going to try to read them. And do my best to read... Oh my god, this is horrible. The grammar is horrible. This is killing me. Okay, here we go. One day, I was 1 hour late. No one was there. Not even a footstep could be heard of. I'm not going to try to correct this at all. When I read it, it's going to be read exactly how it is. I went to the message board, but it said nothing of a field trip or queer. So I tried to spell choir, and I put I put quiet, but the T is an R. So it's like queer. Wait, what about music? Okay, okay, hold on. I'm gonna restart. One day I was 1 hour late. No one was there. Not even a footstep could be heard of. I went to the message board, but it said nothing of a field trip or queer. Wait, what about music? I ran as fast as I could to music. No one was there. Not even a single rat or spider could be seen. I heard a noise outside. Yes, that was it. They're playing hide and go seek. I heard a loud, hollow footstep. No, it was like a loud queer. Oh, let me put it in chat. This is what the word. This is how I spelled it. All right. I heard a loud, hollow footstep. I was happy that I heard a footstep. Then I heard rattling. Then I heard a screech. Then I heard big, loud sighs. Then the room got really dark. I was on a riser. Then in the back, the drum tipped over. There was shadows everywhere, and then the risers shook violently. I fell and was knocked out for at least 24 hours. Then a little Shetland pony. I just wrote that because I wanted to cuss, but I didn't want to say the actual cuss word, so I put Shetland pony. Kicked me outside. Then it melted into blood. This is why it was rated R, because ponies melt into blood. I screamed and ran outside and tripped and found myself looking down in infinity. The music room was a floating island. Then a brown moon was in the black sky. Then Joey, Mom, Colby, and Dad were zombies. Then the prisoner music played. Then SpongeBob and Patrick were in the music room talking. I love the stream of consciousness thing I had going on. Let me know if you guys don't understand something, want me to repeat something, let me know and I'll go back. Then a zombie we're in the music room talking. Then a zombie dried them to dust. I said, 9! Then I prayed, then jumped into infinity. Then I woke up in a jail level in 007. Even as a child, I was into like 007 GoldenEye stuff. I was Natalia. Yuck, a girl! I felt different. Then 007 said, come on. But the funny thing is, it's all in like air quotes. So it's like 007 is saying, then 007 said, come on. And you know what I did? I ran away screaming. Then a Russian soldier shot me in the head. ... What? Okay, what's going on here? This just got really weird. I woke up in a diaper, in a house. There was a bottle, and I fainted. I think that was supposed to be me referencing Rugrats, but I can't tell. Okay, here we go. I woke up again in Animal Crossing. I talked to animals and caught fish and a dragonfly. Then I fell, and an animal picked me up. Then it turned into a cobra. I ran and fell. And I fell in a never-ending grave. I saw dead people and a Mickey Mouse zombie. I'm not making this shit up, guys. Look at this. Look at this. Hold on. Oh, no. I don't want you guys to see everything. Not everything. Actually, it doesn't really matter. Look at this. I'm not making this up. Look. Look. I fell in a never-ending grave. I saw dead people and a Mickey Mouse zombie. Are you kidding me right now? What the hell is this? Mickey Mouse zombie. Ah, zombies. I hate Mickey Mouse zombies. Alright. Uh-oh, it got rid of it. Uh-oh. What happened to my video? There it is. Okay. And I fell in a never-ending grave. I saw dead people and a Mickey Mouse zombie. I woke up in my bed. I got dressed and there was no selling. Then I heard a crash outside. Peyote dream. I don't know what that is. Then I ran and saw a pizza truck. At the time, I saw one person with their head on the wheel. He looked dead. I checked the back of the truck. There was no pizza. I still looked. Inside, I found a skeleton, rat in a hand sticking out of the shadows. I checked. It was the Muffin Man. It jerked up and made weird noises. Then it gargled and fell. I went, pfft. That's it. Then it was back in the classroom where everybody was there. Then Dylan was next to me. I said hi. He said ahoy. I went psycho because I had seen enough. I kicked my desk and threw the chair. Notice how I used through as in like I went through the chair. Like I went through the chair. And kicked, ripped my books, and finally I farted. I had to throw a fart joke in. I was like really young. Trevor came, so I punched him in the nose. He fell. Then Ariana came, so I farted in her face. Then she turned into candy, and I ate her face. Well, I'm glad I made sure to specify that I farted in her face, then ate her face. Then I was hit with a grenade and I blew up. So imagine me, imagine this. I'm inside this school classroom and I'm seeing all these like friends from childhood. So then I start flipping out and phasing through objects and throwing entire desks around the room. Then people are farting and I fart in their faces, then I eat them. And then then a random grenade falls next to me and I blow up. What the fuck is that? I couldn't make this shit up, guys. I wrote this and I was dead serious when I wrote it. Then I blew up. I woke up in my bed. Then a person came and punched a wall. Then a secret passage shown. I saw Shaggy. I said hi. He said Ohio. I went, oh? And then I smiled. Then I went down the non-lit stairs. He said, zoinks, I'm not going down there. Wait, no, that was terrible. I can do better. Zoinks, man, I'm not going. No. Game over, man. Zoinks, man, I'm not going down there. Then I said, too bad. Then I punched Shaggy. We both tripped and fell to the bottom of the dungeon stairs. We light a match and found a catacomb full of skulls. Then a spike hit me through the chest. That's where the R rating came from, guys. I'm sorry to say. I woke up and I was in a... Okay, this is where me and my friends both wrote it together. All wrote it together. There's 3 of us. So this is where things get really stupid, but it's still funny. I woke up and I was in a tour bus with 2 stories. Then terrorists invaded it. For some reason I was shaking my butt at them from the top story. Then he pulled out a potato launcher and shot me right in the middle of the butt. Then I fell off the 2nd story and was knocked out. There you go. When I woke up, Dylan was going to school in his underwear. And then girls puked. Then he peed his pants. What? Then Joseph went to the front of the class and pooped his pants and showed everyone. Hey guys, I made this. You know how teachers read books and when you're in middle school and all that, when they and then Johnny went to the store and bought an apple, and then they hold the book to everybody with the hand in the middle of both pages, and they're showing everybody. I should imagine him doing that with his pants full of poop. That's actually really nasty. All right, where was I? I lost my place. That was too crazy. Then I went to the potty to whiz, but I missed the seat. The seat was a hippo head, and he said, you went me, now you will die. Timmy was there, so he said, when a hippo talks, it's time to poop in it. So then Timmy sat and ripped, and then Timmy sat and ripped. Then he was eaten by the hippo. Then I called Ghostbusters because of the toilet that ate Timmy. In the background, there was a Ghostbusters song, so I went, oh my gosh! Then I picked up the phone and called Ghostbusters. What's next? Me saying Jimmy? Oh no. And then Jimmy walked up and pulled out a shotgun and said, your pace is sealed by my shotgun. Then I said, everybody dance. Now then, Jimmy shot me. Hope you guys can understand the quality of what I'm reading. This is the kind of stuff that Stephen Hawking... wait, no. Wrong guy. I forgot I said that. This is what Stephen King puts in his movies and books. This is Stephen King material right here. Then Jimmy shot me and I died. Where am I? To be continued in parentheses. Yeah, right. I would ever not continue this funny and cool story. I must have been 7. I don't remember how old I was. I picked up a Wiener Schnitzel and said Gleben Gluben. Then I heard Urgent Song, which is a Foreigner song. And I said, man has got no curfew, man. Then I punched the oldest living bubbly fart and exploded from the gas. And then I wrote Raffle for some reason. What's wrong with me? Then I saw the light. It blinded me. I see CC shining turds. I touched one. It blew up. I was in World War / because I thought that was cool looking. World War II. I was in World War II. I had a gun, a Thompson. I had just parachuted off a plane. I took off my parachute and I was surrounded by Germans. Drop your candy dispenser, said Joseph the commander. Then he shot me. I died. Coked up Stephen King. Joseph the commander. Then he shot me. I died. All I could see was blood over my eyes. I finally died in vain. Vein was spelled with V-E-I-N. So I died in my veins. The end? Ha ha ha! Or will it ever end? And then I put credits like it's a movie. There's no money. Oh. I was... Wait a minute, what? I was 7, it looks like. I was... Too bad there's no money, and I'm only 7, but one day, yes, it will be a movie or a book. Man, my expectations were high. And then I wrote goodbye at the end. There we go. That was one of the first stories I ever wrote. I hope you guys can grasp the meaning of that story, because it's pretty complex. I don't want to bore you with the complex fractions, but yeah, okay. And there's a part 2 that I don't think I ever finished, but we're going to read anyway. Oh, that is a long fire. I love how it's like 60 FPS in my taskbar, but in like the actual video it's like 30. Alright. Strange Days at the Name of My School, Part 2, still rated R. Previously, drop your candy dispenser, called Joseph the commander. Then he shot me finally, and I was dying. I saw blood run over my eyes, and then I finally died. This is the beginning of part 2.
Part 2. The story continues.
Well, I woke up in a house, my old house. Hi, Dad said. Hi, I said back. I got up and saw Mom making eggs. Scrambled, yum, yum. Oh, this is where I started doing dialogue. So all my inner thoughts in this story are, the text is gray. So that makes sense, right? It makes sense. She said, good morning. I said, thanks. How's yours? She said, good. There's no period or comma there. That makes me mad. Where's Colby? He must be outside. Hi. Okay, I'm going to use my real name for this, because you guys already know. Hi, Max, said Colby. Hi, I said back. Where's Mom? Asked Colby. In the house, I said. Oh, and Colby had the strangest dream. Then Colby said, oh, cool, I'm going to go play with Mez. Then Max said, who's that? Who the heck is that? He's right behind you. What was that? Oh, that's Mez. Hi, Mez. Hi. Then I was about to turn around when something wet hit my head. Then something hit hard. Many hard things hit my head. I touched my head. First, I thought it felt wet. I looked at my hand. It was covered in red blood. It's in... The text is red to signify this is why it's rated R. I felt wet. They looked at my hand. It was covered in red blood. Then the thing fell in my hand. Ah! A little butterfly. How sweet. Oh, this is where the comedy comes in. Then a cut, bloody arm fell in my hands and squished the butterfly. Oh my god! No, we need to do this right. Hold on. We need to do this right. This is going to get me copyright. Hold on. Where is it? It has to be here. Okay, here it is. Okay, let's reread this again, but this time with professional sound design. I was about to turn around when something wet hit my head, then something hard. Many hard things hit my head. I touched my head. First I felt wet. They looked at my hands. It was covered in red blood. Then the thing fell in my hand. Ah, little butterfly, how sweet. Then a cut, bloody arm fell in my hands and squished the butterfly.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Why does it repeat in the video? What? I said, oh my god, I have to get out of here. I ran to Colby. I ran in. Colby ran too. I saw a bloody zombie eat Mom. I'd rather not say. I saw Dad. He was getting stuff packed into the car. Colby jumped in. Dad got in. I tried, but fell into a manhole. It was dark. I moved to the sewers. I fell on Dylan's body. Oh, it looks like Dylan died. Rip Dylan. I said, I will remember you, Dylan, and I kept moving. Finally, I saw sun. I never felt something so gross in my life because at that moment, I touched more wet liquids on a ladder. Then I felt a shirt. I touched even more wet liquids. Then I felt paper. I ripped, then saw the words, hello, my name is Joseph. I said he was probably trying to escape, but a zombie got him. I dropped the paper along with a tear. Aww. Joseph's body fell off the ladder. That's pretty violent. Troll 2. I removed the lid. I looked. A bloody man without a head. Then I saw a guy running from a zombie. He tripped and fell. The zombie ripped him. They just ripped him like paper. No, I can't say either. Blood from the ripped man dripped in the manhole. I got out and ran into Matthew. He fell. I fell. Zombies were behind me, getting closer. I picked up his hand and we both ran. I just picked up his hand, like his like cut off hand. Oh, Matthew, I saved you. And I run off with his hand. I don't know why I thought of that. That's actually pretty morbid. We both ran. Zombies were behind me, getting closer. Oh wait, no, never mind. Oh, we both ran. Actually, he led me to a big white building. He then lifted a gold tile and the ladder shone. He jumped and I told him to come with him. I did. What? I went down first. He went to let his mom in. Then she let him down. Then she closed the lid. Then turned on the lights. The first thing I saw was Matthew. His mom, Colby, my 4th grade teacher. Dylan, you lived? A man named Mr. Finch picked me and Joseph up and ran to the shelter. Where is Mr. Finch and Joseph? Asked Max. Over there! Over there! Mr. Finch is helping Joseph with his wounds because he has a huge cut in his head. I also saw many other people's names from the family. Who's Mrs. Weston? I don't know who that is. Pardon. Okay, so I'm just like listing off real people's names. I'm not even gonna try to like give them fake names. There's too many. And his grandma and dog, Mrs. Weston. Pardon my French, but oh my God, Mom lived. Mom said I was wearing a water hat. The zombie took a bite and the water killed him. Oh, that's how Mom survived. She was wearing a hat made out of water. Okay. Wow, that's all I could say. Wow. I talked with my friends. Where's Dad and Luke? We haven't found them yet. Gian, is that your dad went to look? Who's Gian? What's Gian? I don't even know. Look, a man's coming in. At that moment, he dropped an envelope and tried to get in, but a zombie grabbed his arm and yanked. He then said something and pulled a pistol and shot the zombie, disappeared, and then he fell down the ladder bleeding. After that, everybody heard a crash. Mr. Finch moved the tile and peeked out. Then he disappeared. I ran out with him and I saw a semi-truck tipped over. Mr. Finch and I checked out. We saw a man named Kendriel who told us to run. He pulled out an MP40. What is this, the 18th century? Mr. Finch spiral kicked the gun out of his hands. The man tried to run but ran into a zombie. Mr. Finch ran into the safe house. He said, come here. I said, no, I can't come. Then I ran to Bree's house. Bree is in a name of a girl. And found the door wide open. I saw a hand with a beer sticking out of the door. I checked. It was some random guy named Mac Johnson. What? Who's that? I checked. My dream came true because at that moment I found a Thompson on his stomach. I checked the stairs for blood. The guns were MP40, and I just picked up a Thompson. This is like modern day, like America. Just Thompson on the ground. In the carpet. I checked the hallway. I heard a shotgun blow. Then I felt a sudden pain in my stomach. Then at that moment, I saw Bree behind her, typed desk with a shotgun. I fell. She ran to me, then dragged me to her room. I woke up, bandaged stomach laying, and I looked beside me. There was Bree with a hole in her head, with blood oozing out. Oh my God. I saw and starred in horror. Hey, Heck, what's up, man? We're reading my childhood stories. I'm reading one of them. It's called Strange Days at name of my school here. And so far, I have been through like hell and back. This is still Strange Days at school, but it's like the apocalypse or something. Let's see. Bree. With a hole in her head with blood oozing out. I sat and starred in horror. I stood up, checked the howl away. Oh my God, it's dark out. It was darkly played Wolfenstein, Call of Duty 3, and Medal of Honor. So I know how to reload a Thompson. Good thing I know how to reload a Thompson from Call of Duty. I walked down the pitch black hallway. I triped on a pistol. I got up and my head was hit from behind. Then I fainted. I woke up in a dark room. I felt something soft. I thought it was a rag, so I ripped it. Then it felt wet. I dropped it and the lights went on. I looked at a bloody skull with one eye, half fleshed, half bones, covered in blood. I screamed, then fell on the ground. Then a bloody skull fell on my face. I screamed and walked towards the front door. Hand touched my shoulder. I said, Dad, you're alive! Then I turned around and saw a dislounged arm. What? A dislounged arm. It's like a cut-off arm that's laying on a couch, and then suddenly decides, well, I don't want to sit here anymore. So the arm sits up, and I grab the arm, and it's like, oh, it's dislounged. Dislounged arm, I screamed in the door, then I ran out the door. Phew, I made it, but to my horror, the tower was open. A body stuck out. I pushed it out of the way. The tunnels were lit. Bodies were everywhere. The bodies I saw were Mr. Finch, Joseph, that's where it ends. I don't know how the hell you guys can be following what I'm saying, but I guess it ends right there. So that was Strange Days at School, Part 1 and Part 2. Good stuff, good stuff. What's this? Oh, this was... What? The Tuck Adventures. Oh, that was when I took someone's... I read this really cringy book in middle school that made us write a fan... Like, they made... Okay, so my English teacher made us read this really cringy book about, like, immortal human beings or something. And then at the very end of the book, she's like, now I want you guys to create your own version of the ending of the story, which is just fanfic. So in middle school, she's like, make fanfic. What the heck is door frame? What? Sesame Street. Oh, this is where I just took like an article that I found on the computer and I rewrote it. Hold on, let me hold on. Here is my rewrite of an article on Sesame Street. But it's okay. Here we go. Sesame Street is lame. Sesame Street is on lame, uneducational children's television series for young idiots. I can just show you. Hold on. This is the stupidest stuff ever. Like, I can't be making this up. Sesame Street is on a lame, uneducational children's television series for young idiots, though focusing more exclusively on hobos in its later years of the condemned educational television standard. Combining both colorful language and the mafia. Sesame Street is well known for its stock characters created by Jim Hudson. As of now, one episode of the show has been produced in 39 seasons. Sesame Street is one of the longest-running Asian television shows in history. The show celebrated its first anniversary on November 10, 2034. Sesame Street is produced in China by the Poor Profit Organization, formerly known as the Mexican Television Organization. What the fuck? It premiered on... founded by Joan Gans Cooney and Ralph Rogers. It premiered on November 10, 1969 on the National Hobo Television Network. On the following year, it was moved to Net's replacement, a public broadcasting service. As a result of its evil influence, Sesame Street is one of the most highly discarded educational shows for children in the world. No other television series has matched its level of international recognition and loss. The original series has televised in one country, Japan, and more than 0 international versions have been produced, not including dubbed versions. The series has received 0 Emmy Awards, more than any other Simpsons series. That's saying a lot about The Simpsons. An estimated 77 million Walmart employees watched the series as hobos. Millions more have watched around the world. I could not be making this stuff up, guys. I'm not even kidding. Oh my goodness gracious, guys. You guys are crazy for sticking around for this garbage. Let's see. Okay, this is when my stories start to get a little bit more I guess they flow. They actually have like some kind of continuity to them, where it's not like a random run-on sentences. So this is called the Tower of Deception. Sesame Street is run by the mafia. What was I thinking as a kid? The hell was I thinking? Okay, this one is called The Tower of Deception. One dark... And I'm going to read this seriously because this is supposed to be a serious story. Not even kidding. Here we go. One dark... Okay, can I like zoom out the text so I can see the whole thing? Perfect, there you go. Oh, it's so small. Okay, here we go. This is called The Tower of Deception, written by me. This is not a full story, this was incomplete. But here we go. One dark quiet night in September 8, 2009, a boy named John Masters was walking down a grimy sidewalk. In the quiet town of Balderdash, John was walking home from his grandma's house. While he was walking, he stopped to turn around when he saw a bus next to the gas station. He walked past the gas station 30 seconds ago and saw nothing. He didn't hear an engine or even felt the fumes. He saw a bluish-grayish color on the bus. Had little yellow spots as if the bus had been peeling off over the years. It had faded lettering on the bus. It said, "Support our troops," in World War I. John was amazed this bus was around during World War I. Just then the bus doors opened, with dust and dirt flying out. The door sounded like a rusted oven being pushed, or like a chalk shrieking from the board, when people pushed too hard. There was a woman who was sitting at the seat. She told John to jump in. So he did, thinking she would drop him off at home. John jumped when he saw half of her head missing. In the space where her left ear should be, there was green-like dots, like she was holographic. He sat down on a brown bench, rusted like the color of dirt. The bus smelled of cigarettes and fumes. In the terrible-smelling bus, there was a few people. One was a man with a beard reading the newspaper of 1942. Then there was a woman smoking an old-fashioned pipe. Then there was a dog jumping on a man who was looking out the window. When the bus was driving away, Kevin looked out the window and saw nothing but white. So halfway through this, I forgot the character's name was John Masters, so I changed his name to Kevin. So he's now Kevin now. It's John Kevin Masters. His middle name's Kevin. But his cool friends call him Kevin, but his real name's John. There's some lore for you there. Kevin looked out the window and saw nothing but white. White sky and white ground. Everything was white, like missing textures. I add that part in. In fact, there was nothing there except white nothingness. It looked like a huge room with white. Now I remember his name's John. John ran to the... lost my place. John ran to the driver and tried to explain the weird outside change. She kept driving like he wasn't there. While he was walking back to his seat, he stopped and thought. There's probably like someone drew like Sesame Street characters with guns. I swear to God. I'm feeling really warm from this fire, despite my room being like ice cold. While he was walking back to his seat, he stopped and thought. He ran back up front. He looked out the front window. He saw the city road, the buildings, the sky. He ran back to the side windows. It was white again. He even opened the window and stuck his head out. There was no breeze and it was still white. Just then the bus driver opened the front doors with a clatter and a rusty sound. A huge breeze came in. John sat down and opened his red leather jacket, which smelled of that factory smell. He flipped open his DS and played it. He was listening to an old song that he heard in the Call of Duty games. Then, after a few minutes, the man dropped his newspaper. The song repeated. The driver opened the window, and the man dropped his newspaper again. John checked his watch. It said 8 p.m. It kept cycling until after hours John watched... After hours on... Wait, what? It kept cycling. So basically, if I can explain this, what's going on in the bus right now, the bus inside is looping. So the bus driver is opening the window, the man is dropping his newspaper, and John/Kevin's watch is saying 8 p.m. And this is cycling, like, it's repeating, like it's like you're rewinding the footage and playing it again. That's what I was going for. It kept cycling until after hours on, John watched, he pulled his brake lever. The bus stopped with a loud creak, and the driver said that he was there. John stepped out and checked his watch. It said 6 p.m. So now I went back in time. He was confused, but he remembered he left his red backpack on the bus. He ran back inside. He saw this woman was still smoking. He ran back inside the bus. He saw the woman was still smoking. John looked closely at the cigarette. It was the same length as when he first saw it. He saw the man drop his newspaper, and he saw the dog jumping on the man staring out the window. His watch said 8 p.m. John grabbed his backpack was walking for 20 seconds when he looked back, and the bus was gone. John got home, and he tried to forget about the bus. He thought he should never tell his mom or dad. He ate a bowl of hot steaming meal of meatloaf and went to bed. He had a dream that he was in the bus, but with an MP40 dressed in the army. He was sitting when he looked and saw one tower. Then a skull hit the window, and a man appeared. He had a hood, and he was very pale. When John turned from the window, the dog was nose to nose with him. The dog said, "Are you deceptive?" Then the dog turned around and looked back, and instead of the dog's head, it was a skull. And the skull said, "Are you John? Are you John? Are you deceptive?" Then the skull opened his mouth, and the skull jumped at John, and John was eaten. When John awoke, he was in his house. His mom came in, and she was turned around, like she was looking down the hallway. Wait, what? I don't even know what I was writing when I was writing this. It's that weird. Let me try that again. When John awoke, he was in his house. His mom came in. She was turned around like she was holding something in the hallway. When she was in my room, I looked her. Hey, Ethan, what's up, man? I'm just reading some from my Milestone to start off the party. I'm reading some old stories I wrote from like when I was a kid. And I'm drinking Gatorade, which gives me the good old diarrhea, but that's okay. Good job, Heck. So basically his mom is looking away from him down the hallway, and he's behind her trying to figure out what's going on. When she was in my room, I looked at her. Her arms were close together in front of her like she was holding something. I looked at her shadow. I saw an axe. Then I saw a few drops come from the axe. She turned around with a red pen and insurance paper. She screamed, "Sign it, John! Sign up for Geico!" John screamed and woke up in his room. His mom came in with a green zombie face. John screamed, and she said to stop it. It was just a green mud mask with a zucchini. His mother kissed him and walked away. John, feeling comforted, fell asleep, feeling like he was dead from being so scared. He dreamed of being in a Geico auto shop, and that is the end of the story. So, just to kind of paraphrase and like let you know what just happened, because I don't even know what just happened. He was walking down the street. He saw a bus appeared behind him. He went on the bus. It was a bus basically trapped in the 1940s is what's going on. And when he got off the bus, he went home, and he had a dream. He had another dream, and he died. The end. What else do I have? The greatest catch ever. Oh, this one's pretty. This one's, oh my god, I have more credits, and I have readers.org in the credits, and I list people who read this, like my family. Alright, this is story number... What the heck is the milk fic? Now you really confuse me. That's the second time you've said that, so it must be a thing. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th story I wrote that I'm reading tonight. This is called The Greatest Catch Ever. One sunny day, a woman named Mary Armstrong was having a baby. They rushed to Davidson's Memorial Hospital. A man named Neil Armstrong. They were just married. He was waiting while Mary screamed, cried, moaned, and gasped. After she had gasped, there was silence and a small cry and screams. He rushed to see the baby. A boy. They named him Max Stevenson. There's that Mac name again. A few years later, Mac was 10. He was playing football with his dad. "Dinner's ready," said Mary. Dad rushed inside while I snuck off. I love how it changed perspective, like, instantly. I snuck off in the grass looking for some spiders. The next minute, I was falling off a cliff and hit my head on a dirty old abandoned house with a Jeep with only one wheel flipped, busted into the wall. Imagine describing something being, like, flipped, busted. That's stupid. Into the wall of the house. Before I could... It's called The Greatest Catch Ever. It's a short story I wrote in 2009. No, wait, this isn't 2009. This is... what am I doing? It's 2006. What am I doing? 2006. My God, heck, you're savage. I hit my head on an old house with a Jeep that was flipped, busted inside. I woke up in a hospital. I couldn't feel my head, so I tried to get up. My head felt taped, so I laid down again. I woke up at home in bed. I felt around and found my glasses then I fainted. A few years later, he was 17, working at Smart Mart, and the manager came and said, "Pass me the ice." Max spiraled past a 10-pound bag, but the manager missed. He wasn't mad at all. He said, "Nice throw." When he was 20, he joined the 49ers at the Super Bowl season finals. John Murphy had the ball. "Hike, I'm open," called Samuel LeBron. John passed the ball. "Incomplete." "Set hike, I'm open," called Colby Schmidt. Interception. Bobby from the Eagles ran and was interception. Intersected by Fieldenstein and Arnoldson. He ran so fast he got a touchdown. My God, they do sound like serial killer stories. Also, what's up, Jesse? He ran so fast and got a touchdown. Punting, called Mac Johnson. Remember, Mac Johnson is the main character. Poofed. I caught it, called Doidle Cracker Cheese Puffson. Wait! Interception! John ran to first down. A few minutes later, 4th down and 30. John said, "Hike! I'm open," called Mac Johnson. He threw it. 5 minutes left. Mac jumped so high, about 6 feet, and caught it and ran. He gained 20. Wait, he tripped over a hole. Oh, that's definitely NFL procedure and like conduct. Just leave a gaping hole in the field. He tripped over a hole. He rolled and rolled. Finally, he slammed into the goalpost and made a huge dent. Finally, his blood went down his face. He saw 2 coaches, his family, and his players. He raised his hand halfway and said, "Thank you, God, for a wonderful life." His eyelids closed just enough to see his family rubbing his cheek and crying. He had one flashback of his family picnic and his eyes closed. The end. So basically, Mac Johnson, our man Mac Johnson, caught the ball, ran 20 yards, tripped and fell, rolled like another 60 yards, like rolling like a barrel roll, hit the goalpost, died. What am I doing? What am I thinking? Is that it? Okay, so I have a briefcase database. Can I hold on? Is there a program that can extract? There was this old format on Windows 95, and I think even 2000. It was called a briefcase, and you can basically drag and drop text files into this briefcase thing, and it works kind of like a folder, but it's a briefcase. And unfortunately, those are way, way depreciated. So this briefcase that's 6 kilobytes probably has all my old stuff on it. So I'm gonna try to open that up sometime. Okay. So that was those are my old stories. So that's it for that. Now my more recent stories. So far I have... Oh, you guys are going to love this. These are actually based in some of the Half-Life and Half-Life 2 stuff. One of them is called White Shift. This was written in 2013. Yeah, you remember those? Oh yeah, briefcases. One of them's called The Ravenholm Story. Lone Soldier 2, The Red and Black Cross, Humanity's Last Day, Hearts of Rage, and Blackout. What briefcases were? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a choice here. Do you guys want to hear White Shift, which is a White Shift is basically a first-person story, which none of these are finished. I think Lone Soldier is finished, but that's the only one. So you guys want to hear White Shift, which is a Half-Life fan story, which takes you through the eyes of Black Mesa through another scientist. Ravenholm story, which is kind of like the fall of Ravenholm or something. Lone Soldier, which is a modern day like but I'm sure the briefcase actual file itself is like way like outdated. If I ever find my Windows 95 laptop and it still actually boots, I'll definitely put it on a floppy drive and get that briefcase extracted and get those files. So we have White Shift, Ravenholm story, Lone Soldier, which is a modern day USMC kind of war story, which I think is pretty good. It also gets fictional in parts. Humanity's Last Days, Hearts of Rage, or Blackout. One more time. We have White Shift, the Ravenholm story, Lone Soldier, Humanity's Last Days, Hearts of Rage, or Blackout. I'll let you guys decide what we read here. I mean, we're going to read them all, but, you know. Let me know which ones you guys want to listen to here. Or, like, yeah, have me read. White Shift, Ravenholm story, Lone Soldier, White Shift. Okay, that's at the very bottom. So we'll do White Shift. Oh, that text is very small. Okay, time to make that big. Time to make that big B. Oh, man, I have to make it. Are you kidding me? Okay, I'm going to have to hide chat for now because I'm not going to be able to read this without full screen. Okay. Oh my god, as I zoom into the document, the text gets like more spread out and smaller. You can't do this to me. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is White Shift. This was done in 2013. And it's a Half-Life, you could call it a fanfic, I guess. But fully documented and written out like it's a full story. And this never ends, so be prepared for cliffhanger. This is a story of James Kent, a middle-aged man with a lazy eye and an itch for science and arithmetic. After recently employing for a position at the newly opened Black Mesa Research Facility, James was looking for a job he loved and the job that paid good amount of cash. Though not a greedy man, he always wanted to live the American dream of living in paradise. But a small apartment in Arizona did not give James the American dream. With noisy neighbors, leaky ceilings, and constant creaks, he wanted anything but to live in this area. Now, after packing up, he moved into a house provided by the Black Mesa Shelter for Scientists. A comfy, single-story home, complete with furniture, all produced by Black Mesa. Today he starts his day, but little does he know that this day will turn from a day of work into a day of survival. This is 2013, guys. This is some good shit. Walter Bennett. We'll just pretend it's Walter Bennett. Alright, let me get chat pulled up again. Wait, I can just make it bigger. Hold on. I mean, I'm not going to be able to see much of chat, but okay. That was the prologue, by the way. Chapter 1. Good morning. Good morning, and welcome to the Black Mesa Transit System. This train is inbound. One thing James had heard was the annoyance that was the tram welcoming system. Every day, all workers had to listen to was the same pre-recorded message for 10 minutes. And this is where it goes first person. I looked up from my comfy seat aboard tram 0937U. I pulled out the Black Mesa Times and began to scan it for anything interesting. One article showed a man with a new type of gun, the glue-on gun, capable of tearing through flesh in an instant. Another showed a young man dressed in a lab coat wearing size 10 glasses. It reads, "This man shown here will show you the world that we connect to other worlds." Wait, this man shown here will show the world that we can connect to other worlds. Dr. Gort, part of the newspaper, had been cut out. I flipped it over on the other side of the paper. Another name was missing there, showing a man holding a Black Mesa briefcase. said a voice from behind the paper. Startled, I dropped the paper and looked into the face of a well-groomed man wearing a dark blue suit with a purple tie. After adjusting his tie and dusting something off his shirt, he stared at me. I quickly picked up the paper and cleared my throat. "Greetings!" I said in a cheerful voice. He stared back and didn't say a word or even made a slight movement.
Hello there, Mr. Kent. I'm afraid I can't talk for long. You see, I am in a hurry these days,"
he said in a slow tone. Yes, I replied. "That's very fine and well." Wait, that's very fine. We all seem to be in a hurry these days. He chuckled in a dark voice and cleared his throat.
"Prepare for unforeseen consequences."
What? Suddenly the tram's rail exited the complex, showing the outside. The sun blinded me completely. No, this is Walter Bennett. He's not a mute. It's Walter Bennett's, like, lesser-known, sibling. Where was I?
Prepare for unforeseen consequences.
What? Suddenly the tram's rail exited the complex, showing the outside. The sun blinded me completely. But as this was happening, the same voice creeped its way back into my ears.
This is where I get off.
The tram turned, blocking the sunlight. Before the tram re-entered the facility, I looked over the edge. Sharp, jagged rocks sat firmly into the ground. I looked for the body of the mysterious man, but he was not there. He had vanished. Well, there's our first G-Man sighting, although it was just G-Man talking to us. Chapter 2, Maintenance. The tram slowly pulled up, ending the dialogue, bringing the start of the workday. A security guard, spotting a blue Kevlar helmet and security vest, began to walk down the metal catwalk to the tram controls. "Good morning, sir." Wait, how do you even do Barney? It's like, about that beer aisle. That's just redneck. Let's see. "Good morning, sir. Did you hear Gordon Freeman is getting his HEV suit and is heading to the test chamber? Anyhow, let me get that door open." He began to type away, sending many beeps out of the control box. The door slowly opened as I stepped out and stretched. "Follow me, Mr. Kent. I'll let you in." He slowly began to walk to the huge iron-reinforced doors that would let me into the Black Mesa research facility. He began to type into a small terminal computer that would unlock the massive steel rods that would allow access to the door. Suddenly, the system sparked and exploded. "Gah! Nothing is working right around here. Sorry, Mr. Kent, you'll have to take the maintenance tunnels to get to the labs." I turned, where he was pointing, to see a dilapidated old door with faded lettering. It looked as if it hadn't been used in many years. "Hey, catch me later, buy a beer." He waved as I slowly opened the old door that would hopefully take me to the labs. I looked around the old tunnels. Now, I want you guys to imagine, that whole intro sequence, just imagine it was the sequence from Half-Life. Zeb Brannigan. I can do a really good Zeb Brannigan voice. Hold on. I have to get into character. Lila. L-E-L-E-A. Lila. That's like the only thing I can do for his voice. That's like the one line. I didn't even do it right. I don't even think I spelled Lila right. Lila. Oh, okay. So imagine that whole entire sequence is taking place on the Half-Life 1 tram sequence. Imagine on the right of the doors to the to let you into the actual complex. There's like an old door, and when you enter this door, imagine the old tunnels from Opposing Force that has the secret lab that Rosenberg takes you to. So imagine the old tunnels from Opposing Force. Lila. Okay, where was I? I slowly opened the old door that would hopefully take me to the labs. I looked around the old tunnels. Webs and slime occupied the old walls. Ominous couldn't even describe how it was, for it was far worse than anything I had seen. Were the veins my old? What? Okay. I don't even know what you're saying anymore, man. Let's see. Ominous couldn't even describe how it was. It was far worse than anything I'd ever seen. Old World War II bunker lights dimly lit the old path. A rat scurried across the floor into a huge crack in the wall. After standing in awe, I finally got my legs to move as I started my descent into the past. I turned the corner. Staring at me was the face of a strange creature. It was the size of a small dog, but it had a form of a crab. I'd never seen anything like it before in my life. I slowly approached, trying not to disturb the creature. As if it sensed my presence, it slowly turned around. Its front had no eyes or mouth or nose, instead like a spider. It had little pincers in the front. I stood stone still as it started to approach me. I slowly put my hand as it got closer. What the heck? Oh, I'm describing a head crab. That makes sense. I was like, wait a minute, spider creature? I was thinking hound. I was like, wait, what? Alright. Where was I? Let's see. I finally understood why it didn't have a mouth. Underneath, it had a pit-like mouth with sharp teeth jutting down the sides. It reminded me of the Rancor pit from Star Wars movies that I used to spend hours watching on a rainy day. I understood that this wasn't a mere harmless creature, but an alien mouth. I'd rather not find out. I began to run down the long-aged corridor, not knowing what the next corner would bring. I finally ran out of breath and stopped. It seemed like these creatures weren't very fast. As I looked around the corner, it seemed to have lost interest in me, and it just sat there, staring off into the distance. After I regained my breath, I began to continue on down the hallway, seeing old boxes and pieces of old machines that were no longer in use. I had turned a corner and found an old elevator that did not have its elevator doors, and junk was piled inside. This is the Rosenberg elevator, basically. Man, I'm losing my voice. I might call reading stories for now, and we'll do something else, and then we'll come back and read some more. But let me finish this first. Okay. Rosenberg elevator. I turned the next corner, and at the far end, I saw the end of the maintenance tunnel. I started down when a section of ceiling and part of the wall fell, hitting the floor in front of me, causing the ground to shake. I fell over, hitting my head, and was knocked out cold. Chapter 3. Black Mesa No More. I slowly sat up from a seemingly long stupor. It seemed as if I had been out for hours. I had a headache and my body felt numb, but I slowly stood and stretched. Feeling came back into my legs and arms, so I continued down the hall. I stepped over the small cave-in that had caused my blackout. The hole in the ceiling showed exposed rusted pipes and metal rods, which reinforced the concrete. I could have just said rebar. Why'd I have to... Okay. Whatever, guy. At the end of the tunnel was a small room sat with a security desk and chair with an old PC, which to me was the newest thing at the time. To my right sat another door, and to my left was a glass door which could only be opened from the control box. It had an eye scanner which might open for me since I am an employee. I walked up and put my eyes up to the scanner. I put my hand on the pad, activating it, and waited. It beeped a few times, then the beeping began to be distorted. Suddenly it blew up and I fell backwards. All I could see was white, and hearing a ringing in my ears. My vision cleared, and the ringing went away. The glass in the door broke, and the old door slid constantly back and forth. I got up, brushed off my white lab coat, and approached the door slowly. When I got near, the automatic security voice came on, repeating the words... I can't do this with my voice the way it is, but I'll try. Hold on.
Access denied.
Sometimes the sound sped up and got really slow.
Access denied. Access denied. Access denied. Access denied.
The door slowly opened. The door suddenly slowly stopped, while the security voice glitched out.
Access denied. What?
How much of the story is left? Oh my god, my voice can't take the whole story. Alright, I'll read through the rest of it and then I'm going to take a break. While I'm reading the rest of this, keep it, think of anything you want to do on stream, that you want to, like listen to. We can watch my old videos and laugh at how cringy I sounded. We can do like watch YouTube videos on YouTube, like anything you guys want to do. No, I lost my place again. Okay. I went over to one of the couches and grabbed a little end table. I walked over the door and broke the bottom half of the glass door and stepped through. I began to walk down the white corridor when another one of the crab creatures suddenly appeared out of a green flash of light. It began to crawl to me, so I ran as fast as I could down the hallway. This is a smart scientist running away from the creatures instead of like trying to like figure out what they are. Finally, the door opened to the lunchroom. Blood was stained on the floor beneath the table. I lost my place again. I keep losing my place. Beneath the table. The microwave on the counter had exploded a while ago due to the fumes leaving the open gas hole in the front. I stepped out into the hallway and looked around. All seemed quiet. Head for the locker rooms where I could hopefully get into my locker. In one of the room, a fellow scientist was sprawled along the floor with one leg up on the bench. Blood was slowly spreading around him. I stepped around and found my locker. Inside was a 9mm pistol and a clip of ammo. This was like his first day on the job or something, and he already has a gun. I also grabbed a flashlight and a knife. I closed my locker and headed for the HEV room. Every one of the HEV suits were taken. This is, by the way, this is taking place inside of the same place from Half-Life. Disappointed, I left there and went to the bathrooms near the lockers. Both doors were locked, and one had two legs lying limp against the bottom of the toilet. One stall had two legs lying limp against the toilet, so he's dead on the toilet. I walked over to the sink and cleaned my dirty face from the cave-in that happened in the tunnels. With a clean face and a good weapon, I left the locker room and headed for the lobby of Black Mesa. When I entered, a security guard was leaning against the desk. Blood was pouring from his face and dripping onto the floor. A dead scientist was also dead on the floor with a blood puddle around him. I walked over to the huge entrance doors and noticed they were already open. I crawled through and found myself outside where the tram once was. The metal walkway had broken and was now openly swinging back and forth by a single wire connected to the ceiling. A dead security guard lay on the walkway that hadn't broken off. I turned back in the main reception room when a couple of dead scientists lay along with the body of the security guard. Seeing that I would not gain anything from staying in the lobby, I turned back to where... Seeing that I would not gain anything by staying in the lobby, I turned back to where the cafeteria was and began heading in that direction. I passed by the cafeteria when I noticed an injured scientist laying on the floor with blood on his legs. As soon as he saw me, he called for help. I holstered my Glock and ran to his aid. He began to tell me this text is so small I lose my place so easily. He began to tell me what happened when some more of the creatures turned the bend and began to approach us. I grabbed the scientist's shirt collar and dragged him backwards, hoping to find a safe place to tend his wounds. I looked back and noticed I was coming to a junction, and this area came back to me. On the left continued into the facility, but on the right, a ladder leading to a panic room had been built, so we'd been told. I made a right and came to the ladder. How was I to get a bleeding man up a whole floor of the ladder without making his injuries worse? The creatures had rounded the turn and were slowly stalking us to our doom. I set the man down and pulled my Glock and began to fire upon the creatures. After a couple shots, the creature slipped over on its back, exposing its mouth, and died. I put a new clip and began holster when a completely new creature appeared. This one bigger than the first. It was green with a few blue stripes down its side and back. It had 3 legs with a third in the back. Like a dog, it seemed. It made high-pitched chirping-like sounds. It seemed playful and friendly. It approached me and almost jumping and hopping. It was now standing in front of me, but now the noise was different. It sounded like it was charging up for something. Then at the top of its voice, a huge wave shook the ground. The wounded scientist flew across the room, hitting the wall, falling limp. I flew the opposite direction, smacking into a barrel, losing all of my breath. On the ground, I was trying to get a glimpse of the creature, but my vision was currently distorted. It is a shitty first day at work, I tell you. Scientist was thrown against the wall. I was thrown against the other. Vision blurred. I lost my place again. I looked over at the scientist, so my vision was distorted. I looked over at the scientist. He was starting to get up when the creature ran up to him and repeated the charge. "Get away from the creature!" I screamed. Or at least I tried, but the only thing that came out was air. I could not see all. I could not see it all now that my vision had blackened. I reached around for the pistol. Click. I pressed the release on the holster and the pistol fell into my hand. With the best of my hearing, I aimed blind at the sound of the charge began to fire. My gun clicked and the creature was still charging. I threw the pistol at the sound, but as the pistol left my hand, I was thrown into the air, feeling a slight ding in the back of my head, and I blacked out. This is Chapter 4, Old Black Mesa. This was based on Azure Sheep's Old Black Mesa, because I really like that mod. It must have been a really long time because when I woke up and shifted my weight, dust flew all around. I slowly opened my eyes, letting out all the dust. I slowly opened my eyes, letting all the dust caked on my eyelids fall off. The air I was in was completely dark. I checked myself and found no blood and felt no broken bones. I sat up and brushed all the dirt and dust. My head is asleep. No problem, man. The VOD will be up, even though it'll be kind of weird, because it's just kind of reading and that's it. But, yeah. I might just segue into some games after this, and we'll do a part 2 once I find the actual notebook. So we're gonna do that actually. So after I finish this story, we will I'll end the stream, start a brand new stream, and I will be doing some Monkey Ball. I'll be doing some challenge mode on Monkey Ball, and we'll have some fun on that. And we'll do a part 2 with this stream. Where I'll read some more, and we'll call it a day. Let's see. I seriously lost my place completely. Dust fell off my eyelids. Okay. I sat up and brushed all the dirt and dust off my now gray scientist shirt. I reached inside in my pockets and pulled out my flashlight. It was smashed to pieces from the fall. I put my hand on the ground and felt wood underneath me. By now my eyes are finally adjusting to the dark. I was in some kind of office room sitting on a table, but was no longer standing because it broke my fall. The legs were broken off and that was just a piece of wood on the ground. I stood up and began to explore my new environment. Not much to see except for some old grungy cupboards and the table which had been broken. I saw next to me was my trusty Glock. I checked the chamber for any more bullets and then it hit me that I'd used them all on the creature. Where the other scientist had gone was a mystery to me, but whatever I was in now must have been in deep underground because I could see the hole I fell in, and it looked at least a few dozen stories up. I looked around for a door and spotted one, but some boxes were stacked up in front of it, like someone was trying to barricade the doors. I took a step and heard something crack. On the floor below me was a skeleton. It was a scientist due to the glasses I had just stepped on. I picked up an ID card that was clasped in his hand. This ID belongs to Scientist Fred Donson, Level 3. I pocketed the card and began to move the boxes out of the way. As soon as I touched them, they immediately fell apart, which told me these boxes had been here for a long time, and they were clearly older than I was. After everything had been cleared, I reached for the door and turned the knob. Immediately, the door fell forward, leaving the knob in my hand. I dropped the knob and looked out. It was pitch black out. While in the background, a piece of glass broke, shattering the silence. What? So something breaks, it's pitch black, something breaks, and he just steps out into the hallway? You idiot. It was pitch black, and while in the background, okay, that's the glass breaking. I stepped out to let my eyes adjust to the darkness. It became clear that this was not Black Mesa I knew before. This must be an old facility which they participated in different research when they did this. As I walked along the hallway, in faded letters, an older Black Mesa symbol was painted, and below the words, "The Science Innovators." I kept along and eventually stumbled upon an old meeting room with an old leather chairs and a nice hardwood table, which was the length of the room. I noticed an old projector with a single reel of film in it. The power was not on, but it seems the projector still had some life in it. I flipped the switch and film began with a countdown with dozens of film lines, and the grain marks. Then a younger Wallace Breen came into the screen with a lot younger voice. Hello there, fellow scientists. Wait, how's Breen do his voice? That wasn't it. Okay, let's see. Hello there, fellow scientists. If you're watching this, then you are part of a bigger picture devoted to science. Here at Black Mesa, we strive for being the lead innovators in science, and unlike Aperture Innovators, we give our employees the comfort and shelter you would find in your own home with our patented apartments found right beneath you. The camera panned around one of the apartments rooms that looked and then looked back to Breen. We want you to feel safe and part of the scientific community. We'll strive for being the lead innovators. Lead innovators. Lead innovators. Lead innovators. Lead innovators. Lead. The film was cut off and thus ended abruptly. I sat thinking over when suddenly a strange noise, almost like a yell, suddenly broke the silence. Then followed by footsteps, almost as if they were scraping. They were coming closer and closer. Let's see. I was oh wait, hold on. Let's see. What the heck were you doing, Cat? Get out of here. You guys are crazy for sticking with me this long. This is some cringy shit. I began to crawl to the... Wait, hold on. Suddenly the lights came on, making me blind in the dark. The figure, which noticed the lights were on, walked into the room. I was hiding under the table, waiting for the figure to leave. A few chairs fell over, followed by more scraping. I began to crawl to the other end of the table when my hand hit something ceramic and cold. It was a coffee mug, and my possible escape. I picked up the mug and aimed for the outside, in which I had come. I tossed the mug as fast as I could in the space I was in. The figure made a strange noise and shuffled out into the direction of the mug, hitting the floor. Since I did not know what it was or who it was, I did know I wanted to be safe. So I kept my Glock close, even though it was unloaded. Was not loaded. It still looked as if the intruder would not tell the difference. Now I was back in the lobby, where an old, worn-out front desk stood. You missed like an hour of me saying I'd find this like legendary, like cringy notebook I wrote when I was in 4th grade, and I never found it. That's it. Now I was back in the lobby, where an old, worn-out front desk stood. Directly across from the desk was an elevator, which led to the surface. The elevator cable had snapped, leaving the elevator itself in a ruin at the bottom of the lobby, with rock and debris covering it, and part of the lobby itself. Leaving that way was no option. I hopped over the guard's counter and checked for useful supplies. Then I noticed the alarm buttons. Once was a signal of alarm and danger was now my ticket out. Pressing the button might alert anybody nearby. Pressing the button might alert anybody nearby who would hear it. And whether or not they would know what it was, their curiosity would be my safety. What? Shoot. Let's see. I crossed my fingers and pressed the button. Instantly, an old-fashioned alarm sounded, but after a few seconds, it burnt out. Hopefully, this was enough. I opened the supply cabinet and checked for any supplies. All that was inside was a few flashlights, some batteries, and a moldy sandwich. I took a flashlight and took any batteries I could find. The lobby had 2 main hallways proceeding from it. One in which I came from, which was the residential area, and one to my left were the labs and the main workplace. I figured if I had any chance, it was there. I hopped over the desk and began to make my way down when another crab creature began to walk towards me. I ran back to the lobby and spotted a filing cabinet next to the opening of the hallway. If I could drop the cabinet on the creature, it could squash it like a bug. I would be attacked for sure, so I couldn't miss. The creature just barely appeared when I thrust the cabinet over it. It made a final death sound, and slowly it eased into silence. This had been my first kill. Not really. And yet somehow I felt sorry for the poor creature. I didn't know how bad it could damage me, but if I was to survive, I had to stay on my toes. I proceeded down the hallway, hearing noises here and there. The light suddenly faded as I got deeper and deeper into the unknown. I pulled up the flashlight and it slowly flickered to life. I appeared to be in a lobby area. North of me was another guard desk. To the left was a hallway leading to a range and locker room. And to my right was a small archive room and a hallway leading to an elevator. I checked the drawers of the guard desk. Nothing. Next best thing was to get a weapon, so what better place to get a weapon than the armory in range? I proceeded in that direction. It all seemed quiet. And all of a sudden, too. Even the usual drips and creaks became reverent to the eerie place. I suddenly tripped on a missing floor tile. The flashlight hit the floor and rolled along the hallway, ending with the light burning out. It was now pitch black again. I'd gotten so used to the darkness, so all I could do was run. So I jumped to my feet and bolted down the hallway, leaving my stalker... What? Did I skip a whole part? After dropping the flashlight. It was now pitch black. Again, as if by cue, the sliding footsteps again made themselves known behind me. I'd gotten used to the darkness, so all I could do was run. So I jumped to my feet and bolted down the hallway, leaving my stalker in the dust. I looked back to see if he was still there, when I came headfirst into a locker. Falling backwards, the darkness began to spin and spin. I grabbed my head, and through the ringing in my ears, I slowly stood up and limped to a nearby open locker. Everything was spinning and disoriented, so being quick was not... What? Everything was spinning and disoriented, so being quick about it was not an option. I almost fell over, but I caught myself on a locker door. This would be my cover. I quickly got inside the locker and shut the door as quiet as I could. The shuffling feet came in. Whatever it was kept making strange noises. The creature began banging on some lockers, and the room became quiet. I thought my breathing would give me away, but as soon as it had come out, it slowly limped away. I stood there for a moment trying to calm my breathing, when all of a sudden the shuffling came back, and this time it was louder, like more of these things had come. Let's see. I stood there waiting... Wait, hold on. Like more of these things had come. I stood stone still, waiting for them to go away. Instead, the creature walked down the end of the locker room near some old sinks. After my eyes adjusted to the darkness, it appeared to be a man standing near the sink. Strangely, his arms were up to his chest like he was holding something. I slowly opened the locker door. Hey, are you okay? The man turned around and began limping towards me. I stood there waiting for a response. Out came a moan like death himself calling for me. But now the creature was right in front of me. It slowly raised his arms in the air and brought them down on me, throwing me against the wall. I dodged his next attack, and tripped on a wooden bench in the middle of the locker room. I frantically crawled away, still having a hard time seeing. I could hear him limping towards me. I stood up quickly and reached for my Glock. I have a loaded gun. Freeze or I'll shoot. Freeze.
Freeze.
The man still came at me, but suddenly behind me another man came another man, which shoved me to the ground. So he was pushed down from behind. Okay. He began to kick and shove me. I felt I was getting weaker and weaker as every kick came. I finally pushed past them and stood up. I turned around to see they were shuffling towards me. I began to run when something jumped on my face. It had been one of the crab creatures. I felt it breaking into my head. I screamed and pulled. It still held on. I felt a plank on the ground. I picked it up and swung. Subject:
James Kent. Assignment: Scientist at Black Mesa. Reason of employment: killed in the Science Innovators Laboratory.
Chapter 5: New Beginnings. Okay, so I never got past that. Basically, a guard woke up. So that's actually, I forgot I did that. So basically, the scientist that we became attached to through the whole 5 chapters died at the very end. And my goal was to have a new chapter be through the eyes of the guard. And the guard would follow the same path as the scientist did and would discover the scientist as a headcrab zombie. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, I guess. But, yeah, my voice is gone. My throat is messed up. So we're going to have to part 2 this. And I think I'm actually just going to go to bed. I'm pretty tired. So, yeah. That was not too bad for a kind of a chill stream. I read a bunch of stories, which are kind of funny and cringy and good in their own way. We read some stories, like I said. We read some stories. I talked for an hour about how I was going to find the story, and I never found it. I'm falling apart. I'm really tired. So, as final words here. I know everybody left at this point, but I'd like to thank everybody again for the 350 subscribers. To you guys, that may be a very small-looking thing. It is a small-looking thing compared to millions of YouTubers that have millions and billions. But for a small channel like me, having 300 subscribers is something that I never really imagined. And without trying to sound super sappy, I wanted to give you guys my honest thanks. You guys, I know a lot of these subs are dead subs, and a lot of them were subscribed for my like Minecraft video, which don't watch, trust me. It's old nasty stuff. But even so, hitting 350 subscribers is absolutely mind-blowing, and thank you guys very much for all the support you guys have given me. And I'm actually really happy I started streaming. I think I found a medium that is perfect for what I want to do, which is play video games, talk at people, and have people talk back. Versus before, when I'm just playing video games and just commenting on what I'm doing instead of getting funny and all that, you know. So, this is not going to be the end. I would like to have a part 2 sometime down the line where we read more stories, and I hopefully find my old notebook and we watch old videos and all that. But for tonight, I am very tired and I'm not feeling right. And yeah. So, thank you guys again for the 300 subscribers. It is actually, I sound like I don't care. I think I sound like I don't care. That's mainly because my throat is weird, is messed up, and my voice is gone, and I get this weird feeling in my mouth where if I breathe in, it's weird. It's like I drank too much Gatorade, obviously, and I'm getting really weird because it's like really early, and I'm still awake. So. Yes, the VOD of it will be up. I don't know when. Hopefully soon. And I don't know when the part 2 is going to happen, but hopefully down the line. Thank you guys for showing up. I know I got a lot of people, even though a lot of people fell asleep or left. No problem with that at all. It was kind of a relaxed, boring kind of stream, but so thank you guys for 300 subscribers. From the bottom of my heart, you guys are the best. You guys are what keeps me going with this stuff. You know, if nobody watched this, I'd probably get really tired of it after a while. But having people be part of the conversation is really fun. Makes these videos much more entertaining, and it gives me something to do and look forward to after getting off work and all that. So thank you for that. So I'll let you guys get back to sleep or get back to waking up, whatever time zone this is. If everything goes well, I'd like to stream something tomorrow, whether that be more Monkey Ball, doing the challenge modes, or doing another game. I don't know what it is yet, but yeah, I'm really tired, and I'm going to go to sleep. So thank you guys for watching. Copyright everything you saw and heard is copyright me. If you use it, you're gonna be banned from this channel faster than you could say, "Hey guys, I got 300 subscribers." So thanks for joining me, guys. My name is Renegadist, and I hope you guys have a good one. Take care, guys. I'm gonna go sleep. Peace out, guys.